everyone, it's Seiji, and today I will be talking about a couple of manga that I'm really excited about. But before we start, as usual, I will be telling you what I'm wearing today. So this is just a regular blue shirt. I can't remember where I got it from, but these shorts are new. I got them from Grassfields. I have spoken about them before. I think they're a great brand, although it's a bit tricky getting like the right size, but thankfully these shorts fit perfectly. Okay, so let's talk about the manga. The first one is Shino Can't Say Her Name by Oshimi Shuzo, and this one is set to come out on the 10th of November. I started reading Shuzo's work about a year ago when I picked up his vampire manga called Happiness, and quite recently I picked up the first volume of his series Blood on the Tracks, and I like both of them. There's just something very aesthetically pleasing about Shuzo's art style, and I love how these series explore dark themes. Anyway, this manga is about a schoolgirl called Shino. On the first day of school, she had such difficulties talking that she wasn't even able to say her name during the homeroom introduction. Since then, she has become ostracized as a partially mute, stuttering person. Thankfully, however, she is able to find her voice again through music and frenemies. So yeah, I'm very excited about this manga. Its topic has the potential of venturing off into like darker territory, but really I can't say at this point. So yeah, I don't know. I plan on picking it up in November, so I will let you know then all of my thoughts. Either way, moving on to the next one, which is set to come out on the 8th of September. It's King of Eden by Takashi Nagasaki. And to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about this one. It apparently starts off in a remote village that has been completely massacred. However, they do find one sole survivor who seems to be the killer. But when they detain him, they find out that he isn't as easy to keep in check. The synopsis ends with, "The world has been stained by blood before, so it shall be again." So I guess that sounds promising. Yes, for blood! Okay, moving on. Now, the next manga I am incredibly excited about. I have had my eyes on this one for like the longest time, and I actually quite recently got the first 3 volumes in Japanese, and I will be using them for my studies, so that's going to be fun. Anyway, it is called Mieruko-chan by Tomoki Izumi. So this manga is about a girl who is able to see monsters all around her. She is the only one who can see them, and instead of just running away or fighting them, she decides to just ignore them. So basically, this girl is like consistently terrified, and she just tries to keep a poker face all day long. Now, I haven't started reading them. My copies actually just came in yesterday, but just the premise sounds so funny and horrific at the same time. Looking at some of the illustrations, it seems like it's going to be really funny as well. Like, for instance, this one, she's just like, "Ooh, kawaii," but also just crying. And I just think that's hilarious. Okay, so the English translation is set to come out on the 17th of November, and I plan on getting that one as well, just to kind of like help myself a bit when reading it in Japanese. So as a massive Junji Ito fan, I couldn't possibly ignore that another of his collections is coming out this year. It's called Venus in the Blind Spot, and it features several classic shorts of his, such as the adaptation of The Human Chair, written by Edogawa Rampo, which I actually quite recently read, and it was so good. So I'm really looking forward to reading the manga adaptation again, because it has been a while. So this one is set to come out on the 18th of August. Then on the 15th of September, Tuttle is set to publish a very exciting horror manga adaptation. It's called Manga Yokai Stories, Tales from Japan. This manga adapts several stories that were collected by Lafcadio Hearn in Japan. Han was a 19th century Irish-Greek writer who later in life became a naturalized Japanese citizen. He's best known for his collections of Japanese legends and ghost stories. Last year, Penguin actually published a selection of some of the stories that he collected. The book is called Japanese Ghost Stories for anyone who might be interested. Anyway, these stories were retold by Sean Michael Wilson and they were illustrated by Ai Takita. So a couple of stories that are included are The Screen Maiden, which is about a man who becomes obsessed with a woman in a painting and that almost leads to devastating consequences. You also have Corpse Rider, which is about an unburied corpse of a woman who can't rest until she takes revenge on her ex-husband. And then you also have A Dead Secret, which is about a woman who returns to her family as a ghost because she has a secret to put to rest before she can find peace. So yeah, if you know me, I'm a huge horror fan and I love reading classics, so this is just right up my alley. And then finally, I have Chainsaw Man by Tatsuki Fujimoto. So this is set in a world in which devils harm humans and so people try to exterminate them. It centers around a guy called Denji who works as a woodcutter and a devil hunter in order to repay the debts of his deceased father to the Yakuza. Denji has a dog called Pochita, which has a chainsaw embedded in his head. Anyway, Denji gets killed by a zombie devil, and in order to save him, Pochita decides to merge with him. This turns Denji in a half-human, half-devil breed with a chainsaw for a head, because why not? Eventually, Denji becomes part of the government's devil hunting squad. So yeah, that's basically Chainsaw Man in a nutshell. It sounds super weird, but also really good, so I am incredibly excited for this series. And for those who may be interested, it is set to come out on the 6th of October. Anyway, that is some of the manga that I am really excited about. Let me know if you saw any that piqued your interest or if there's any other manga that you would like to recommend to me. I am always open to suggestions. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you like the content that I make on this channel, perhaps consider joining my Patreon. I run a monthly book club there where we read diverse classics. You can also support me by donating a coffee or just by liking, subscribing and commenting. As always, again, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in another video.